Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad you decided to tune in. OkState Daily as well. We're going to double up on this. Zach Ehrhard, my OSU boy here. I just thoroughly enjoyed watching your OSU career. What an honor it is to get to catch up with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for those of you on the OSU side, we are here at AA Tulsa Driller 1 Field here. Zach has just gotten traded to the Dodgers. He is playing with the AA Tulsa Driller. So first of all, dive into that trade and tell OSU fans about kind of your pro career to this point.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. And I mean, obviously getting traded could be a shock. I mean, there's some excitement. There's it kind of bums you out at first. You kind of feel like, oh, I mean, why did this happen kind of thing. But I mean, it's been a blessing really. I've really enjoyed being with this team and it's been a lot of fun.
Did you ever play here while you were in college? I don't think you did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, we played a Bedlam game, a Tuesday game against OU here, I think in 22, my freshman year.
Did we win that game?
I think we did.
Okay, yeah, fantastic.
Sure did.
I had to bring that one up, by the way. Okay,
you.
so you've had a lot of great influences. Your brother, you just was in the Red Sox organization with you. Your dad was drafted twice. Can you talk about those two?
Yep. I mean, both of them have been such a big influence for me my whole life, and they've really kind of helped me along the way. And my dad's kind of always taught me everything I know, basically. And being with Drew, being able to play with him, it was such a blessing. That's kind of what kind of hurt the most when I got traded. I was able to play on the same team with him, and it was such a blessing. It was a dream
same
come
team.
true. We were on the same team.
Oh, nice. Okay.
AA and Portland Sea Dogs.
Nice.
Yeah. So being able to play with him was a real blessing. And so obviously when that trade came through, it was kind of tough, but I think everything happens for a reason. I think God has a plan for me, and this is where I'm supposed to be.
That, and it's like 800 degrees here, and it's not 800 degrees there, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
So your brother's name, Israel. I might bounce back and forth, but that's okay. I want to take you back to that last press conference at OSU, whenever you broke down. It was a tough deal. We just lost to Florida, had a couple of tough runs in regionals. So can you kind of take us back to those emotions and just what you remember of your career at OSU?
Yeah, that was a while ago, so I don't remember exactly all that was asked, but I do remember just kind of breaking down. It's because it was such a good group we had that last year. I had such a fun time. All 3 years I enjoyed it and had such a good time. I mean, getting to play for Josh Holliday was, again, another blessing. He was a great coach. And that team, especially my last year, I just had so much fun with. We were so talented and so good. And the fact that our season got cut short like that was just really a shame. I felt like we could have really made a really good run. But, I mean, again, things kind of happen for a reason. This was part of it.
So you kind of started your last year there, 2024, a little bit slow, and then you just went on just a ridiculous tear. So what was the difference there?
I mean, that's just baseball, honestly. I was going in, and what's funny, like before we even started in like fall, in the fall ball and inter squads, and before the season and spring inter squads, I mean, I was feeling great, swinging the bat well, and then once the season got going, I just kind of hit a funk and started off slow, but then I made some slight adjustments and kind of got it going again.
Who hits the ball harder? Which Nolan? Nolan McLean, who, by the way, is getting ready to make his major league debut.
Sure is.
And then Nolan Schubert. Which one hits it harder?
I don't know. That's really hard to say. They both have hit balls farther than I've ever seen hit. So.
Or Zach Ehrhard.
Definitely not Zach Ehrhard, but those two Nolans have power that I haven't really seen before, that's for sure.
Okay, so the fiery nature, man. If you watch Zach Ehrhard play, you just fall in love with just how hard he plays. I mean, you're pissed about something, it seems like the whole time you're on a baseball field, right? So where did we get that fiery nature?
That's just something I've always grown up with. I couldn't tell you. I mean, as a kid, I was definitely never the strongest, never the fastest. I never had like those special tools that made me stand out, but because of that, that made me extra competitive, made me extra kind of have that chip on my shoulder and wanted to prove to everybody that I was a really good player. And so that's just something I've grown up with, and that's developed throughout the years, and it's never left me, even as I've kind of developed and gotten better.
So Aiden Miola, Brian Holliday, both studs at OSU. Aiden's coming back, by the way. We're super excited about that.
Sure.
For I think it's 11th year at OSU. I think that's what I counted the other day. He's been there for a minute. We're super excited to have him back. Aiden, I know, grew up in the Tampa area. I think Brian was close to that area. Did you know them growing up?
Growing up, I think I played against Brian once. Aiden was a little farther. He was actually in Palm Beach, which was about 3 hours away. But Brian Holliday, that's actually something we've talked about before, is that he grew up probably 30 minutes away from me, but we never really got to cross paths very much, except maybe once in like the summer baseball tournament.
Good for you. You never had to face him, by the way.
That is true. That guy is a real competitor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, okay, take us through draft day 2024. You just finished your college career, sitting around waiting to get drafted. Take us through that whole day.
Yeah, we actually went to Portland, Maine, because that's where my brother was. He was playing there at the time, and so me and my family, we went and spent that time with him so we could all be together. And I mean, we kind of had an idea of where and when it was kind of going to happen, but I mean, I actually did not expect it to be the Red Sox, but it did end up being the Red Sox. And again, that was just a really special moment because that's the organization my brother was in, and so the possibilities were endless after that.
And Portland, by the way, they support like going to the games, their crowds and stuff. That's one of the best minor league facilities and crowds that you'll get every night. So that's a cool place. So I told you I'd go back and forth, but Tampa area. Your brother went to Tampa. The Drew that you're talking about that you got to play with the Red Sox, the University of Tampa. We had Jordan Leisure here that went there as well just a couple years ago. So how in the world did you get connected with OSU, and why choose OSU?
I actually got connected with OSU because I played summer baseball with Jackson Holiday.
Okay,
he actually played up in age group, and so he played on my summer baseball team, and Matt got to follow me and watch me the whole summer. It was actually a summer where recruiting was kind of shut down because it was after COVID happened. But like I said, he was just there following us around watching Jackson, and he got to watch me play all summer long. And then at the end of the summer, he called Josh, was like, this is a guy we got to have. And once I got that phone call, for some reason, they just kind of felt like home instantly. And that's where I wanted to be.
So when you saw the name Dustin May on the trade, you're like, Zach Ehrhard, Dustin May, huh? Was that kind of cool?
It was pretty cool, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was just a shock just knowing I wasn't going to be able to play with Drew again and everything.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I still could in the future, who knows, but just knowing that was coming to an end, it was kind of a shock. But everyone reminded me, was like, hey, man, if you're getting traded for a big leaguer, this is a huge thing for you, like in your career. And so it's really exciting.
You and James did you rely on each other as far as to get through the trade? James Tibbs, the third he came over with?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, obviously we wouldn't wish that for the other, but considering that we were together, we kind of stuck together and had each other's back through it all, and we've kind of continued that throughout this whole process. It's been, like I said, it's been nice to have a guy that knows what you're going through and you're able to share that feeling with.
I might be giving away a secret you don't want me to, but you grew up an infielder. Is that versatility at all? Does that help you in pro ball?
They haven't asked me to play there yet, but I mean, they do know that I used to do it, and so it's
You want me to edit this part out?
No, that's all right.
Of course, I could go on and on and on about the type of player you are. One of my favorite OSU baseball players of all time.
It.
Just the fire. Like my definition of that is when I see a guy play, like that's an OSU baseball player. That was Zach Ehrhard there. So not for me, but for all the other Dodgers fans that don't know your game, can you kind of describe that for them?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the main thing that describes me is just being a competitor. I like to go out, I like to win, I like to play for my team and help us win. That's kind of the bottom line. Like I said, I mean, the tools and everything, the speed, the strength, that's all great. But like I said, growing up, I never had that. And so being a competitor is what drove me to be as good as I am today. And so that's never left me. That's kind of who I am.
Yeah. So last question here. I've described you as you're a little guy that's not really a little guy because, I mean, you can do big guy things. You can hit home run. I mean, at OSU, one day you're in the leadoff, the next day you're in the four-hole, right?
Yeah.
So would that statement be accurate, do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, obviously not the tallest guy, but I've tried to widen out and build the stature a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, power has never really been part of my game until actually much more recently. That last year at OSU, I've just kind of tapped into a few minor things in my swing and, like I said, put on some strength and some weight, and it's just kind of clicked for me, and I've been able to utilize that here in pro ball as well. I
lied. For all the young kids that might be wanting to choose OSU, you came all the way from Tampa, Florida. Why would OSU be the spot for them?
Just because, like I said, it kind of makes you feel like home. It's such a tight group, especially Oklahoma State in general, not just the baseball team, but just the community is just so spirited, and they just love Oklahoma State, and that's just such a fun thing to be a part of.
Zach Ehrhard, I took 9 minutes of your time, which is about 4 minutes than I should, more minutes than I should have. But you were stuck because I was so excited to talk to you. So thank you so much.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Thank you.